All right. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dogs and cats of all ages, to Timberborn. This is a building game. And it's a lot of fun. I'm going to tell you that right now. Let's get us new. This is still in early access at the moment. It's in version update 7. So it's not full version yet. It's not a 1 point game, but it's far enough along, I think, that we can play with some pretty good success. I generally avoid early access games, but I can see myself playing this game even through early access because it's so well done. There's obviously some things that they are going to be adding and whatnot, but man, it's come a long way from its early inception. Let's get started. There's two characters you could play as: the Folktales and the Iron Teeth. You have to have there's certain conditions you have to meet in order to get the Iron Teeth. We're gonna play as the Folktales. This is where we would start off with, and they like to farm and comfort, food, and sturdy wood. Right. We're gonna play as the Folktales. Yeah, we play as beavers, right? And there is different maps. I mean, it's called Timberborn for a reason. We're gonna be playing on. There's different maps you can play on, and we're gonna start with the lakes here. This is beginner friendly. Now I'm not expert at the game by any stretch of anyone's imagination, but I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good at not being good. So I know enough about the game not to get into too much trouble. We're going to go ahead and play on this. We're also going to go ahead and play on the hard mode. Humans did not make it, neither will you, blah, yeah, whatever. We're going to make it. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. Now, hard mode isn't really, I don't consider it hard. Normal mode starts with some resources. Droughts and bad tides are milder, but they intensify over time. Hard, they're severe and become worse over time. There's a maximum amount of time the droughts will last. We'll be fine. In this game is kind of like, I think, oxygen not included, in that the hard mode is only there to stress you. It's only to introduce the stress factors early in the game, and you just have to prepare for it. So you're behind the 8 ball a little bit in the beginning, and you're behind for a little bit of time until you to reach that point where you're self-sustaining. Once you're self-sustaining, I think it's just playing the game and understanding how much water you need and whatnot. But let's play on hard. Let's have a little fun. See if we can survive. I'm pretty sure we can. We're going to be doing a lot of, we're going to be doing a lot of planning in the early game. The music isn't on either for some reason. Don't know why. I'll have to figure that one out too. There should be some background music. Maybe the music doesn't start until we play. I don't know. If a building is marked as solid, this is a lodge or warehouse, you can build other structures on its roof. Yes, you can build it tall in this game. What would we like to call our settlements? We shall call it, here we go. There's some music. We are, this here place. Yeah, this here place. This is our settlement name. Okay, let's pause the game. We're playing as beavers. I know the jokes will write themselves, but we're not. We're adults here. We are adults. We shall not make beaver jokes, as tempting as it is. We're not going to. We're going to play a good game here. So we're going to build some roads. They call them paths in this game for some reason. I don't know why. But paths are needed for the beavers to understand where to go. Because if you don't have a path, they don't understand where to go. One of the things about the game is playing in hard mode requires you to do a little pre-planning, which is what we're doing right now. So we need to plan out our settlement. We have to make sure that we have paths where we want the beavers to go, or they won't go there. You can't build path. See, I can't build a path on top of this. I wish we could. Like, you know, if you build a path on top of it, yeah, the resource is still there, but the beavers will come along and destroy the resource and build the path on top. That would be a very nice addition. We're going to bring the road all the way up to here. Now, I know this looks, you're going, wow, you're building a lot. Yeah, we are. We're going to need access to all this goody goodness. Believe it or not, we will tear through the amount of wood that we start off with in the game very quickly. So I want to be prepared. Maybe we can get over here and get these bushes. That would be nice. If we can't, well, that's fine. We want to be able to come over here to these, this area, like so. And we'll go through the map here in just a second. I want to get the initial flooring down. Right about there. Okay. So let's take a look at the map. It's a huge map. Again, we're not going to try to build tall. I mean, we could, but I don't think we should. I think we should build big. Build big. In this game, there are some water sources. Like, here's some water sources. And the water sources come out from here into the world. And we have a water source right here. Yeah, right here. And then I think there's some water over here. Here's a bad tide. This is there. I'm sorry, not. This is bad water. So bad water comes out of here. There is a here's some water sources. So that water comes out here and mixes with the bad water. You don't want to be drinking this stuff. It's kind of like drinking toilet water, I guess. Shower water or something. I don't know. It's toxic. It's bad for you. We also have this cool thing right here. This is neat. This bad water comes out of here and goes down in this channel. And let's push the button here. There you go. And you can see the bad water. It's kind of looks like a rusted. Water's all bad. I mean, we don't want to be drinking that stuff. It looks pretty nasty, doesn't it? Here's another bad water source. Yeah, that's a bad water source. That's going to fill up. And then it just leaves the map. This is the exit point from the map. You can see all these canyons and stuff. Very cool. Very cool. We got a section back here. Now we don't understand. We're technologically idiots. We can build these huge dams, but we don't know how to build stairs yet. We have to understand how to lay planks on top of one another in order to make stairs. We don't have this knowledge. This is far beyond us. It's far beyond our knowledge to make stairs. Okay. Hang on, gotta get a drink. Talking is thirsty work. I'll tell you that right now. All right, we have a lot to do and very limited time to do it. And we have 8 beavers, and 4 of those are kids. So basically, they don't work, right? I mean, they're kids. What are you gonna do? So down here we have different things that we can do. We have paths and landscaping, district management, housing, water, food, wood. And I'm not that good at the game yet, so I'm gonna miss a lot of stuff early on. Okay, we're gonna miss things. Things are gonna be bad. I'm gonna be looking for stuff all the time. It's just the way it's got to be. So it is the way it is. But in order to get food, we need these gatherer flags. These are berries. These grow naturally. I'm gonna throw down 1, 2, 3, 4. Four of these gathering posts here for berries. And then I'm gonna come over here. Yeah, we're gonna come over here. And also I want to build a path here. Across here. And then we're going to go down to wood, and we're going to put down these lumberjack flags. I'm going to clear this wood first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of those. And then we're going to go up here You see the area of effect? The border there? That's in teal color. I want to get as much of this wood for these lumberjack flags as I can. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're going to go across the road here. I know these aren't hooked up yet, but that's fine. We're going to build some up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we're going to come over here and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now this it's a little overkill. It's fine though, okay? And we're gonna build like 4 of them over here. 1, 2, 3. That'll do. Maybe a little overkill, but you might think it's overkill. Because this thing is overkill in a building game. We'll put a path here. Path. There. We need to get over here as quickly as possible and grab these oaks. These oaks are very important. They give us 8 wood per tree. Okay, fantastic. These are birches. They only give you 1 wood, but they grow fast. So if you need some fast wood, you plant birches. These are pines. Pines give you wood. They give you 2 wood. They also give you resin, pine resin. And I don't think any of these have resin on them yet. No. But they give you resin. You can use resin for a variety of things. We have got these oaks over here. We've got some birches. Birches are also nice, 7 days in 1. And yeah, and there's other trees. There's maple. Here's some trees here that have died. These aren't going to go anywhere. These aren't going to regrow. So we can harvest these at our leisure. And I'm going to be saving like this wood here for an absolute emergency. The dead wood I want to save for emergencies, right? The living wood we want to cut down because it can regrow. We can maybe get it to regrow if we're careful, sort of, maybe, kind of. We'll see. We're going to need to build our, I mean, there's so much to do in this game, and it's a lot of fun. Okay, so we have our wood squared away. We're going to need a lumber mill and forester. I mean, there's stuff we need to buy. Food. We've got the gatherer's flags. What we're going to need is an efficient farmhouse, and I'm going to put 2 of these down. We're going to go... I'm going to put 1. See the area of effect? I want to go like right here. 1. And we're going to put 2 of these here. Pardon me. And then we're going to pause and pause. Okay. And then what we need is water. Water's another thing we're going to need. We need water pumps to get the water. So, I mean, you have to have something to drink, right? Can we put 2 of these here? We put 2 of those there. Can we get 1 here? No, I don't want to do that. I want to put it here. We can't. Well, technically we could if I built a levee below it, but that's a little bit beyond the scope of what I'm doing here. We can go here and here. Well, let's get 4 of these. Yeah, because I'm going to want to come across the... hang on. Unfortunately, I have to do this. That we can't put that there. Sorry. Pump. Where's my pump? I'll show you why in a second. Pump here. Can I switch this and go... No. So you can move the entries. We would need to put this on a levee. Unfortunately, the land is really goofy. I think 4 will be enough. What I want to do is I want this to come across here. Go this way. See, nice straight line. We'll use that for a straight line right now, for a moment anyway. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here and then across like that. And this is where we're going to build our farm. So now they can walk around in a circle. And then what we need to do is attach these to a road because they won't build or use the machines if they're not on a road. Okay. And we need to put these on pause. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then what we need to do is we need to store that water. So we have storage here. We're going to take that water and put it in a small warehouse, not a warehouse, a small tank. And I'm going to flip these around. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm just going to put these here. 1, 2, 3. And if you think I'm like over preparing for this, no. No. We're going to need all this water. We will eventually. And then let's put a road right here. Path. Now they can walk around these things. And we're going to be building these one at a time as we can. We just need really one of them to be operational. Need to get one of these things operational, but we're going to put all these on pause. The next thing we're going to need is housing and storage. So let's go over to storage. We're going to want to store our wood that we chop down. Let's just put a storage location right here. Right there for now. We're going to put another one, say, across the way here. Maybe back here. Something like that. I don't want to put it on the green area. That's where we can grow food and whatnot. Let's path here across like that. And we're going to go across here like this. And this little stupid tree's in the way. So this looks like a good crossing area. But I'm going to bring the road down this way. I know. You got to go this way. All the way to here. I want to get down into here. We've got big water area here. And we want to block this bad tide water, this bad water off. So if there's a drought, it doesn't go backwards and, get into our water here and poison our land. Okay, and then let's go ahead and put down another storage, but this is another large pile. We'll put one here. We're going to have a lot of these laying around the place. It's just the way it is. There's a pile. And we'll stick a pile over here. And we'll put a pile over here. And we'll be putting a couple piles down over here. I don't like that. Okay, we'll put this back down here. Large pile here. Wood. There you go. And then I don't know, just like that. But again, these cost resources, these piles. So I'm gonna put these on pause. When you build flags, they don't cost you any resources to build. We only want to build these when we can. We can't build these right now. Do we want to build that one? I probably want to build that one. This one we'll go ahead and put on pause. We're gonna put this one on pause. And we're gonna have them cut these trees down here for, well, we'll see. We'll see how they build. 1, 2, 3. Actually, let's have them build all this. That's not. Yes, let's. We have to do a little. We have to do a little trickery, chicanery. Okay, so food, and what we need to do with food is we actually need to plant the food. We need to designate an area to plant. Okay, so beavers eat. I think it's 3 food per day. So 3 food. We have a total of 8 beavers. 8 times 3 is 24. So we need 24 food per day, right? It takes you 4 days to grow food, right? And you get 3 carrots out of it. So if they eat 3 food per day, okay, multiply the number of people that you have. 3 times 8 is going to get you a number, and then multiply that times 4. That's how much food you need bare minimum to keep everybody alive. We want to overproduce because we're going to have droughts. We're going to have droughts where food can't grow. What we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and place a big honking carrot patch right here. 9 by 11. Let's just make a big honking patch of carrots. Right now, none of this is going to get planted. The reason why, it's not like Oxygen Not Included or some other building games where people who don't see this question mark, these are beavers without work and anything to do. They're not going to go, oh, let me go plant some crops. No. When you assign them to a working spot, that's where they work. That's how this building game works. Also, we want some science. I'm just going to go over here and get a inventor. Let's put a science building here, there, and there. A few of them. Again, pause these. We need science in order to unlock other buildings. The next thing we're going to want to do is we're going to go to right here. This is a dam. We want to dam up. I mean, we're beavers. We want to dam up buildings. We're going to build this right here. Now, that's going to hold the water from here going across this back area. Unfortunately, we can't build this right now. This is going to cost us 20 wood each. Yeah. And then we can build paths on top of these dams, which is really neat. Now, you can't do that. We have another thing called, what are they, levees? Yeah, here we go. Landscape. We have levees. Floodgates. You can't build on top of floodgates. That's a floodgate. We don't know how to do that yet. Now, levees are cool. They're little just blocks of wood, and you can build on top of them, and you can create paths all over the place. You can create huge structures with these things. They're really neat. But that's neither here nor there. So we're going to plant all this food, and what else do I need to do? Storage. We need other storage. We need warehouses, medium warehouses to store our food in. You might think it'd be a good idea to put some storage over here for our food, and I would normally agree with you. This would be a good idea to put our food over here. And let's put our food right here. Where do we want to put our food? We want to build in the kind of baked area. Let's do this over here. I know it's a little far away. Kind of. No, let's just go over here, I suppose. Let's do food and we can build on top. And we can build. Well, we don't have stair technology yet, so let's not do that. Oh, you know what? Let's build right here. Let's build these 1, 2. Just build 2 of those there. We're gonna want more. Like, we don't store up a lot of materials. I think I'm going to. Yeah, we'll store some food there, and then these will be food, and that'll be food. What we'll do here is we're going to put in the berries. Berries are going to go in here, and then we'll put in carrots here. You have to define what gets stored in what. And carrots can go in there. Yeah, we don't have stair technology, so we can't build up. You can build up in this game. It's really neat. But we don't understand how to do that. We can't do that until we learn some science, which we can't do because we don't have wood. And we don't have wood because we don't have these flags. Also, pause this, please. I think that's our setup. I think that's our opening move. 20 minutes. Oh, housing, yes. We need to figure out where to live. I think we're just going to live over here for now. Lodges. We can slap some. Let's just put the homes down here. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to flip this one around. 1, 2, 3. And then I think once we understand stair technology, we'll build on top. Well, we'll get stair technology taken care of. But again, we really can't build these because we don't have any wood. And we have to be careful with the wood that we have. I would like to get across here as well, because this is a treasure trove over here. And then, let's see, once we get over here, that's a big pile. There's some more oak. There is wood over here. This is all dead. I like to try to save the dead stuff for emergencies, but, it is what it is. I think we can unpause the game now. There we go. Now the beavers are going to work. Now, unfortunately, let's take 2 of these workers and put them in here. There they go. We have 4 beavers without jobs. These workers are going to come over here and build. Workers build the buildings that you put down first, just like Banished, if you ever played that game. So if you put something on the map, they build that first, and then they'll build the next thing and the next thing. unless you have something paused, which we do. Here comes our food buildings. Now these guys are going to get to work. One beaver still doesn't have a job. There we go. Now we're going to have 4 beavers going to get food. Do we want them, all 4 beavers, committed to food gathering? No, we don't. We want them committed to wood gathering. So as soon as possible, these flags are built, we're going to be switching that. We're going to be turning these off. I mean, it's fine to have these guys working right now, but we can't let them work. We can't let them do. We can't have all 4 of them there. That would be bad. Building lacks workers. Good. 2, 3, 4. They're going to finish up these last 2. And then what we can do is we're going to pause, and we're going to keep this one active. We're going to do a little finagling, okay? Now, see this little question mark, the little beaver with a hammer? That means there's nothing to do here. And you say, well, but there's trees here. Yes, but you have to tell the beavers where to cut. And of course, there's a reason for that, because the game, because there's resources that you can extract from trees and from the trees that you may not want the beavers to cut down. So we're going to tell the beavers to cut all this down. This is all fair game for them. So we're going to mark all this for consumption. I'm not going to let them cut this down, but I will let them cut this down. And up here, same thing. And you can do this by level. You can see that. And then over here, you can see the top level here is not highlighted. Okay. We have wood over here. This is emergency wood. I consider it an emergency wood, and we'll probably be popping into there pretty quick. So now that we have told the beavers where they can work, we don't have any beavers that have any jobs. Buildings lack resources. This, you're going to see this a lot because, well, it's just the way it's going to be. Now, you can see the green. One of the things about the game, just click on this little button here or hit escape, or you can hit district management. If you have one of these open, you can actually see the buildings that you have ghosted in. But if you don't, and you don't want to see that, you want to see the water, just hit this button or the escape button, and it'll show you areas that, so here's the buildings lack resources, or build workers. I want to pause these. So what I'm going to do is hit pause game. I only want to see one, okay? So if I see that buildings lack workers, that means I have space for people to work. There's 2, but there's no jobs for them to work. This is going to help me manage my population quite a bit. And one of the things about the game is there's little things. Okay, so see this? This can hold 20 berries. This can hold 90 berries. Okay? What we're gonna be doing, this is very gamey. Okay, so we're gonna fill this one up. Then we're gonna pause this one and turn this one on. So it fills this. So he fills this one up, and then we're gonna do the same thing, and we're gonna go across, and he should be getting a lot of these berries out of here. Now you can see, as long as there's water nearby, a water source nearby, the area will effectively be watered. You don't have to worry about it all that much. Okay. Worry about it. But once we have a drought, things go south, sideways, fast. Okay. Pause that one and pause that one. You can see I have 1 worker. Again, that's helping me manage my population. Now that we're getting some lumber in, we don't have a lot of lumber. We have 3 lumber. Yay, go us. All right. Food's coming in. I want to take and remove the workers from here, 2 of those. And we're going to turn this on. 1, 2. And then we're going to have them build this. Okay? I know we only have 3 logs. But we'll get more as there's 6 logs. it's going to take 6 logs to build this. There come the beavers. They're going to come over here. They're going to start chewing these down. These will back up with lumber. See, they can only hold 20 logs. It's the same with these. This guy's collecting all the berries. This is the same with these. Right? If this gets full, they don't have any place to put the logs. So we need to store the logs someplace. This won't take very long for them to build. We're playing on slow right now because it's the early game. And if we screw this up, this is bad. It'd be bad if we screwed up. We would die. Horrible death of starvation. Would not be fun at all. There's 6 logs. Now they're getting a backlog of logs. We're going to tell this guy to store lumber. This one is going to store lumber. This is lumber. This is lumber. That's lumber. Yeah. This will also be lumber. Now we need 100 logs in order to get across here. We need 100 logs. We don't have 100 logs yet. However, before we have the 100 logs, we need this water pump operational. So we're going to unpause this. Also, everybody's going to be working 18-hour days, by the way. So there's that. If we don't have water, we die. If we don't have logs, we die. If we don't have food, you can see where this is going. We die. And you can see here, this is the time frame. So they're going to be working an extra 2 hours. Well, we could make me work a 20-hour workday. Yeah, there we go. And get 4 hours of sleep. That's good enough for now. And, if we don't get this stuff done, we die. You have to start all over again. It's not fun. Not fun. We don't want to start over again. Starting over is not fun. That's the opposite of fun. We categorize that as a not fun. Official categorization of not fun. That straight line. Okay. Now they're going to get tired. They're going to get cranky. There's not much I can do about it. Okay, see this beaver here? This little shit. He's filled up his berries, but he's not going to gather any. So what we need to do is pause this and unpause that. So the guy is like not working. Oh, yeah. We got a min max right now. The game does auto save. It's fine. We will back off from 20-hour work days. Probably go to 18 for a while and then 16. You know. But for now, we need all the material. You can see how quickly these 6 guys, you thought I was like going, oh, you don't need that many. Yeah, yeah, you do. They've torn this whole place apart already. That's 6 lumber dudes. And then we've got to tear this place apart. That's why we built 6 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 of these. Here's our water. Now, as soon as this is built, unfortunately, we're going to need water. I got to pump the water. A beaver to pump the water out of this channel here. We don't have any place to put it, but it does store its own water. But we'll need to build a small tank. But before we build a small tank, we're going to want a farmhouse. We need 25 lumber for that. And they've torn all this down. Look at that. You guys thought I was crazy by doing this, huh? It's bedtime. They're going to bed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You see that? And then we're going to come back over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6. And we will build this as well. But not now. They have a place to store the logs if they absolutely need to, if these are full. This has all been chewed down, torn down. There's some stuff growing here, these guys. They will grow up, and then we'll activate these again. There's like 2 logs that we could probably tear down, but it's really not worth it, in my opinion. Yeah, we get 2 logs out of there. I mean, it is worth it. We need every log. So we can get. All right, wake up, guys. Get up. Get it. Come on, get up. It's wakey time. There you go. I know it's not optimal sleeping on the ground, but there's certain things that need to get done today. That's building this water pump. As soon as this water pump is active, we're going to have to turn off one of our lumberjack flags, because there we go. We need water, and I'm going to set this for a medium priority. That's a workplace priority. We always want somebody pumping, and these farmhouses are going to be high priority. So if we have jobs that are open, or if we have beavers that are working here, I would rather them work in the farmhouse than chopping lumber down. Okay. Now we have one building without a worker. That's this one here. As soon as I unpause, it's going to be 2. 1, 2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause this one like that. That lets me know that that's ready to go. Now, these guys don't have anything to do, okay? But they really do have something to do. Let's have them go work. And let's have them start building the farmhouse. Very important. How are we doing here? So that way they always have something to do. Now, they're going to be chewing these down. It's going to give us 2 lumber. These only give us 1. As soon as this farmhouse is built, we'll probably build the dam so I can get across here to get more lumber. Oh yeah, we need to build. Let's go. Let's put the lumberjack flags here. We'll just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then food. Put in the gatherers flags. There's 2 there. I guess we'll just put 2 up here. Why not 1 there, 1 there? We got to keep an eye on this guy because you know how beavers are lazy. So he's going to bring his stuff over there. Now he doesn't have anything to do. 20 of 20. Pause. Okay. I'm bringing over the lumber now. The wood that we've collected. I'd like this to be filled, but they'll store their lumber in here, right? For now, and we're going to be using every scrap of lumber that we can get our greedy little paws on. Here goes our pump. Our pump is working fine now. This holds 15 water. It's not a lot, but we really do need to build this small tank. We'll build the small tank after we have the farmhouse done. We're up to 21 wood. That's, how much does this hold? 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20. But remember, if they fill these up, they'll have a place to take this stuff. They have this one down here. I know it's far away, but they're going to have to get the lumber anyway to build this. And this guy, we've got to keep an eye on Mr. Lazy Pants over here. He's down to got 4 berries. Got the 4 berries. How's our farmhouse going? We're almost there. Now, here's the thing about the farmhouse. It needs 3 workers. It's 3 workers. We only have 9 population. Oh, a guy grew up. Let's unpause this. I just want to make sure that I see this and say, hey, there's no workers. It's an alert for me. As soon as this is operational, we're going to lose workers to this. And they're going to come over here and plant a lot of food. We'd also like to clear this area of berries so that I could grow more food. That's neither here nor there. One thing at a time. We can only do one thing at a time. I will attempt, and I mean attempt, to keep these episodes at about an hour. But if you've seen me play Oxygen Not Included or any other game that I play, I tend to forget. I'll be looking over to make sure we stay at about an hour. Yeah, no. You know how it goes. You get involved. You want to see a project done. You want to have a good ending to the game. And we're going to... See, my guy here is thirsty. He's dehydrated. He should go get some water in our water tank. But a beaver's dumb. He's going to come over here and drop his package off. Okay. And he's going to go over and get water. You can see that they use paths. The more paths you have, the more roads you have, the better off. Like, this guy would be better served if we had a path, but we just don't. We're not that advanced yet in life. So everybody's getting thirsty now, so they're just going to come over here to the pump, grab some water. This is why we want to store the water. We're going to need two of these pumps to fill one of these water tanks. It's just the way it is. There's always something. Here we go. Here's our farmhouse, and watch this. Boom. All three people coming over here. Now we have 4 buildings without available workers. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. All right, I just want to see one. We have three kits, as they're called. All right, now they can plant. They can plant the carrots. Very important that we get that done. Next, we need a small tank to hold the water. We need to pump that water out. That's going to cost us 15 logs. There they go. You can see them in little farmer's hats. They plant really quick. They don't harvest as quick. So you could set this to prioritize planting and or harvesting. Right now, we're just set on planting. Now we're on. Where's Mr. Man? Okay. See, they're hungry. They go get something to eat. Now you go fill that one up. And over here you can see we only have 3 beavers now that can work on lumber, getting lumber. So we have effectively gone down from 6 beavers that were getting lumber to now down to 3. We've even reduced the amount of people working in our district to, get the things that we need to get. We're down. Yeah, we got a log. The only way to cure this problem is with more beavers. However, more beavers means more problems, right? More food is required, more water is required. It's additive. It's an additive problem. This does take 3 days to grow. I'm sorry, 4 days. All right. So we have a total of 12 beavers. We have 12 beavers. They eat, I think it's 3 food per day. I don't have my calculator on me, so I can't do the math real quick. And then you just take the 3 food per day. This produces 3 food. And multiply the number of beavers you have, the number of days it takes to make the food, which is 4 days. And obviously, they have to dig into the ground, so that takes a while. So you want to add a little bit of maybe, say, you want to add a little bit of, so just pretend that it takes them 5 days to grow, and then take the number of beavers times 5, and that'll get you your total. That's for carrots. Potatoes are different, though. Potatoes, we'll get into potatoes later. We will be getting into potatoes later. Be nice if we got this built, wouldn't it? We can go ahead and go to medium speed, I think. Yeah, I know. I'm tired. Tired and thirsty and hungry. We just needed to get a leg up on this stuff, and then we'll back everybody off of production. Like, it's important we get, logs and whatnot. You can see it takes a while for them to come over and grab the logs from here. They got to bring all the logs over, all the way down to here. All right, so these guys are almost done planting. What would be good use of our time? Again, min-maxing, because we have to. These guys don't have anything to do. They will stand in this farmhouse and not do anything. We're going to pause that. Now, we have 3 beavers that can work. 1, 2, 3. There you go. I want logs. Logs are life. The wood economy. Boom. Small tank. Water. We're going to set all these up for water. We have 51 logs. What would we like to do with our 51 logs? Well, the first thing that I want to do is I want to get a storehouse. And we're going to make a storehouse right here. And we're going to put in our blueberries right there. It's going to cost us 15 logs to do that. I know everybody's thirsty and hungry and tired, but I think we could back down our time. We can go down to, I think we can go down to an 18-hour workday. We've got all the majors done. We'll be getting a, we're going to be getting a drought here soon. Either, it usually happens within 3 to 6 days. They couldn't finish the job, could they? Ah, 3 to 6 days is when we get a drought. It's just the way it is. It's a random. I think it's a random. I don't know the number of days in the early game, but it's pretty intense. You're starting out with nothing, and you got to build with nothing. Start out with nothing and build. Here comes the drought. It's going to give us a warning. 3 days. All right, so we have a place to store all of our food now. Now we don't have to do this pausey nonsense. Okay. We have another kid that's grown up. We're going to open up a workspace here. And I absolutely we absolutely need and must get across the water here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to unpause this. Oh, we got another one. We should get our harvest in before we lose water. Okay, so good. They're filling this tank up. Excellent. And they can only go as fast as they can go. So they got to go all the way up here to grab the logs. Yep, 2 vacancies. These should be able to reach. Yep, they can reach there. That one can reach almost to there. I don't know that we can get this built in time for the drought, but we'll give it a go. The first drought isn't that long. It's like 3 days or 3 or 4 days. So it's not a big deal. I'm going to back off here. Pause and pause. I really want workers in here now. What's important as we get this, we got our first dam built. This will hold water. This will hold water for us. So we need to get like all 4 workers on this. It's very important. And we have an 89 logs that gets us across. With what we have left here, this gets us across here, allows us to get it to here. And then we can start researching and understand how to build stairs. Once we learn and understand how to build stairs, we're going to also build a dam across here. Hopefully we can learn to make levees, which are cheaper than dams. You can see they're filling the small tank up here. This guy's working his tail off. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom. It'll be a close thing. But we have a person without a job. Let's put them to work. Hang on. Water going. You know what? Let's have them go here. That one right there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go low priority. And then I'm going to unpause this. There we go. That shows me that I have population available. All the lumber's gone. We will be able to cut this down. As you can see, we still have these 4 to build. We're getting to it. We're getting the job done. Slowly. What we also want to do is be able to get into some housing. We'd like our beavers to breed. They can't breed otherwise. They don't have a place to breed at. So we need to build some houses for them. Okay, it looks like all the berries have been taken, so we'll have to give them another job. Actually, we can start to buy these. No goods in stock. No goods in stock. And no goods in stock. So they've stored all the berries. All the berries have been stored. We have 2 beavers without a job. Let's open up the jobs. We can't get them to... There's no more additional space, but we can put them in as workers. Wish we could, but we can't. I would like this operational. I would like more water being stored, but again, there's a lot of things I would like to have in life, but I just can't have them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, we've got 6 of these ready to go, and some gatherers' huts. You see, this is all going to grow nice and neat. We'd also want to remove all this stuff. This food is almost ready. We're going to want to store that food. There we go. So we're going to need to build a warehouse. Fortunately, we do have enough material to build the warehouse. And you can see all this is going away. It's going away so quick. Goes away very quickly. Coming up on the hour mark, but let's wait for the drought. We'll wait for the drought. Come on, you have 4 logs. They only carry 1 log at a time. So here's our guy. You got this. Or maybe they carry 2. You can see the water flowing through here. It's not yet backed up. There's that one exit point. It's pretty cool. The water mechanics in this game are really neat. They're very satisfying. This will, once we build this dam, this will back up to this level here. See that? It's about, what, 80%? 80% heights. Well, I think they've got all the logs over here. There's like a few left. Yeah. There are a few left. Right over here, guys. Here comes the food. Good. 1, 2. Guys are now assigned to get us food. Oh, we really like the warehouse. This is more important. We need logs before the farmhouse can store some food. We have a few trees left. Yeah, here comes the drought. We should get this built today. Yep, we are going to get this built today, which means the builder's going to come over here and get this started. Boom. Now they can go across right here. Now, once that's done, now two builders are coming in. We do need to build the warehouse. We have enough logs for that. Okay. I want all of these built so we can grab the people from the top portion of the map and move them. Pause the game. And you can see there's no more, well, there's a few resources left. We're just going to go ahead and pause these. 1, 2, 3. And that'll open these up. No, pause that one. And here comes some oaks. Gatherer's flags. Again, we don't have to have the gatherer's flags at the moment. We will pause those. I'm going to pause this one. Okay. Next, you can see all this food that we have. We want another farmhouse going. We want to harvest as fast as we can. So having another farm, again, we can turn these on and off as needed. So now we have farmhouses going. Again, high priority work. That's going to drop the available workers, but we're okay. Our log situation is in good shape. Like all this could get harvested, right? All right. We're in good shape. Now see, all this is dried over here. Everything's dry. This is not going to grow. This will die in 11 days. The droughts aren't that long yet. They will be. We're going to get some pretty bad droughts. But now we're storing carrots. There we go. We're almost done here. They just need to finish the job. They're laying on the ground. We do have to get housing operational. We have 1 vacancy. And that is intended. There you go. See the water here is drying up in this background. And we're keeping our water here. There's our farmhouse. That's created 4 vacancies. So again, I'm just going to pause these. Actually, the other thing we could do is go 1 and 2. Like this. That should give us 3. Get out of there. There it is. 3 vacancies. And then this one should get down to 1. Pause that one. There you go. All right. Next thing we need is science. We need science going. Let's get that building operational. Oh, we've got these going. Pause that. Pause that. Now we have a beaver that doesn't need anything to do. Unpause that. Unpause that. Okay. Planting. Let's have this guy harvest. And this guy could plant. So the harvesters will come in and harvest everything, and the guys will plant. And then when they're done planting, they can harvest as well. That's done. You can see these oaks here are dry because there's no water back here. If there was some water, like this goes quite a bit out. Quite a bit out. So one of the things we want to do now is I would prefer not to be taking water from this area, but we just don't have a lot of choice, right? The choices we have are very limited. They are going to tear through this area here, and I would really, really like to get over here. Really would like to get over here. However, okay, here comes some science. I'd like somebody working in the science department, please. There we go. We need science in order to progress. Now we have 127 logs. What I would like to do is get over across here. However, we have an issue. The issue is, well, we don't have a way across here. We don't really have a way across here. The only one way across here is I would really not. I would prefer. Let me put it this way: we have a way across. The only way across is to build dams across. These cost so much, though. So we can build dams across here. This will hold water back here into this little trench. I don't want that. I would prefer levees. Levees cost 120 science, of which we have 0. We have 0 science. We would also like to block off some water over here. So this bad water here spills out, goes down into here, comes into here, and it will backfill into here, right? If we don't have any. So we need to block off bad water contamination. So we need to block this off here. And we also need to block off here and here. But we can't do that right now. The other thing is I'd like to come down in here and use this water here. Instead of pumping water out from here, I'd like to pump the water out from down here. But we can't do that yet. We're not capable. We're incapable beavers at this point. We have no capability of doing good things. Having said all that, we're going to end the episode here. We're in really good shape, though. We have all of our things going here, and we're going to start building some houses so the population can expand. I'm pretty happy with our food situation. We're going to also take care of that. I want to get rid of all these berries and move them, or remove them, rather. But we'll get into all of that next time. Thanks for stopping by, hanging out, and watching. And we'll see you next time.